Hey, this is a little vlog, little reading vlog sort of thing, which I need right now because I just need the freedom to just kind of read whatever I want. Sometimes I like to make videos where I have a planned TBR, but then it makes me feel a little stressed. I was actually in the middle of filming a video like that, and then I just stopped because I was like, I don't want to read that though. So I will finish that eventually, and I'm guessing that will come out after this video, but I started reading two things. Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. I was so scared to read this book because it's so hyped. Robin Hobb is very well loved in the fantasy world, and I wanted to love her as much as everybody else, but I was scared. I was like, what if I don't like it? I've read the first 2 chapters, which is to page 41, and I am enjoying it so far. Can't say really much thoughts because I'm not that far in, but the writing is actually, I don't know. I'm not good at explaining what writing is like, but it is very good actually, and I say that kind of surprised, which maybe you're like, Ella, fantasy books can have good writing too. Yes, I can. I just feel like I haven't stumbled across that many times in my fantasy reading. Not that the writing has ever been bad, it's just different from more other things. So the writing surprised me a little bit with this one. It's not super super extra, but I do like it, and that is cool. So, and I'm excited about the story and where it's gonna go. I was just introduced to the magic, or maybe part of the magic that is involved in this world, which I was like, wait, I don't even know what the magic is. When I went into this, I'm like, it's fantasy, so what's the fantasy? So I figured that out, partially maybe. I don't know if there's more to it, but I'm intrigued by that for sure. So I feel like this will be good, and I needed that. And then I also started reading Owls and Other Fantasies by Mary Oliver. I've read one other thing from her and I really enjoyed it, and I just feel like she could be a favorite poet. You know, I can't really say that yet because it's this is the second thing I've read from her, but I can just kind of feel it. I like her vibe. I like her writing. I don't know, I've always liked nature and animals, but I feel like recently it's just coming out a little bit more, and she's a big nature focused writer. Obviously this one has a big focus on birds. With the title you can kind of get that, but again, weirdly, I am on page 41 in both of these books. But this one I'm way closer to finishing, so I'll probably finish this today then and have some thoughts. But yeah, there's some lines that I really enjoyed and poems in here so far that I liked. So yeah, but happy to finally be getting to this. And what pushed me to get to this is that it's Mashed Potato May, and if you don't know what that is, it's in reference to Books Unbound, which is a podcast with Ariel Lisette, YouTuber, book person, and Raylene. I don't know her last name, but she was also made book videos. She doesn't anymore, but she's in the book world. They're in the book world, and they have a podcast which is pretty popular, so you've maybe heard of it. But within their podcast, they kind of have this thing called Mashed Potato Book, which basically is just a book that you have been putting off, but that you really want to read, and that you should just read it. So this was one of them that I decided I'm going to read for May for that, because I do just need to read it. I do have some other books on my list for that. I mean, I probably won't get into them in this video, but one book that isn't exactly a mashed potato book, but it kind of is, is War and Peace, because I mean it kind of is, but I decided I would read this like in the summer, and the end of my semester is coming up, so I will be starting this. I don't know if I'm gonna start it in this video, but I'm kind of just scared at this point. Yeah, so there's that one. And then I have some other things, like the bell jar. Yeah. Another book, like Posthumous Memoirs of Bras Cubas. I would really love to read. That's also at the top. That's probably at the top of my list, but these are the current reads. Yeah. So, like I said, it's basically the end of the semester. Not really, but almost. We're almost there. So, hopefully I'll have well, I will have more free time, but hopefully that means more reading and maybe more videos. We'll see. But today I don't really have much planned. Work on some school stuff, do some reading. Though I am apparently I am going on a run? Who is she? Yeah, my dad has started running pretty recently, and I was like, I guess I'll go with him because I need some exercise. So we'll see how that goes. And then it's Thursday, by the way. It's Thursday. And tomorrow I'm going to a book sale. I don't really know if I'm gonna film there, but I'll definitely have a haul because everything is so cheap and they always have so many books. People just donate their books, and the sale happens 2 times a year. My first video on this channel is actually me going to that book sale, so whoa. But yeah, so I'll probably have a haul tomorrow and then reading updates, but yeah, that's what's happening right now. Okay, it's 2 seconds later, but I finished. Very nice and enjoyable, but like most poetry collections, can't give it 5 stars because I have different opinions about all the different poems and stuff. But there are 3, 2, I don't know, really short essays in here as well. But yeah, it's very rare for me to give a poetry collection 5 stars, so we'll give it a good high 4 stars. And my favorite poem in here is probably Hummingbirds. Does that mean anything to you? If you haven't read this, then probably no. But also throughout, there's little feather pictures. So yeah, good read. First book finished in this video. I'm so productive. So I went on my run with my dad. Quotations because a lot of it was walking because I'm weak, but it was fine, I guess. So, as you have seen, I did decide to start War and Peace, and now that I have started it, I am feeling excited. Before, I was scared, mostly, honestly. Just like, why did I decide to read that? But now that I'm into it, I am feeling excited that I'm reading this. I don't know, just like War and Peace. It's kind of crazy to be reading it. I don't know. I've read the first 5 chapters, which is up to page 27. I do have a goal to try and read this in like 2 months, I guess. And I did the math, and for this edition, that would be like 22 pages a day. So if I read more than that, great. Because there might be days when I don't read or don't read enough or whatever. So we have been introduced to some characters, some important characters like Pierre and Prince Andrei, Anna Pavlovna, who's kind of funny. She's kind of funny. And a bunch of other people as well. Do I have opinions on the characters? I kind of might like Pierre. He's kind of, I don't know. He's got some controversial opinions out here because literally there's a whole scene of him just kind of having opposing viewpoints on like the French Revolution and Napoleon, and everyone's like, what? What are you saying? He's very much being portrayed as like a naive youth who is radical in his political opinions, and like, you know, he's like, yeah, revolution, equality, that sort of thing. So, but everyone likes him. They're like, he's got weird opinions, but he's cool. he's cool. I have put some tabs in, which you can see, tracking some stuff. The red is kind of for like politics, history, sort of things. That's where I was tabbing that whole little debate thing that was going on. And then green is kind of for like extra information if there's like something I want to like research a little bit, or like definitions, you know, that sort of thing. Purple is just for War and Peace, except obviously, I mean, there's a lot of War and Peace that will be going on within this book, but for like, you know, the very big, important ideas regarding those things. And also in the future, if there's any like quotes and other things I think are important, I will be, you know, doing the annotation. And also, I'm using this cute little cat bookmark because I thought it was very fitting. So yeah, it's happening. I kind of want to keep reading this, but I'm also like, I'm reading this too, and technically I've done the page count that I need to, but again, it's like, if I feel the need or the want to keep reading, then I should, but I don't know. Well, just an intellectual now, reading War and Peace, you know. It's the next day, and here's my outfit. Yeah. Got this cardigan, the Kennedy Space Center cap shirt, and jeans. I've done some more reading, but I thought I would talk about Assassin's Apprentice a little more because when I was previously speaking on it, I really didn't speak that much on it. Didn't really say much about it. So, what is it about? Fitz, the main character, is a bastard of one of the princes in this kingdom, and people find out. And so from what I have read, he's mostly kind of been in the stables with this one guy. What's his name? Beerich or something? I don't know. And like, he's being raised there. But then the king's like, yeah, he's a bastard, but we can still make him useful. And that's where we get the title of Assassin's Apprentice. They're gonna start training him so that they can use him to their advantage. And I have just gotten to the beginning of that. But yeah, and the magic that I spoke on but didn't explain at all was that I'm assuming lots of people have this, but our main character Fitz has the ability to connect with animals. Like, he can get into their minds and allow them into his mind. But usually it's like a bonded animal. It's like an animal he spends a lot of time with, maybe, or I guess, I don't really know how it works. Maybe he can just like go in there. But yeah, it's like this mental connection where he can like see through their eyes, the animal can see through his eyes, which I like a lot, but it seems like some people don't like that. They think that's bad and not good. So we'll see what's with the powers. What's with the powers? We'll see. So that's what I have to say. Did it make sense? Totally. I'm back. So I got a whole bag of books. I don't know how many. I need to count. But also this bookmark. It's very big. But she's a nice lady. So let me see how many books there actually are. So I got 9 books for $17. So that's good, because you can get 1 book for $17 nowadays. So yeah, I'll do a quick little haul. Try not to go too into depth with things, because I don't even know for some of them. But yeah, bookmark. And the first book I actually found is The Overstory by Richard Powers, winner of the Pulitzer Prize. I actually found 2 copies of these, and I was there with a friend, so we both got this book. Do I know what it's about? Trees. It's about trees. Yeah, and it's about a lot of different people, I think, many perspectives. It might span a long period of time. I'm not sure. But it definitely has to do with trees. And I like trees. So I snatched it up. And it has a really cool cover, so there's that. And then I got a biography of, who is this? Alexander von Humboldt. I don't know, he's like a science guy. It has a nice cover and spine, but apparently he was doing a lot for the science world. He predicted human-induced climate change and whatnot, so I don't know. I like to read nonfiction, and I feel like this will be kind of like a science-y book without totally getting into it, because it's also biography. I don't know, we'll see. It was like $2 probably. So there's that. And then I have a lot of classics here, but this is sort of not a classic, I don't know. The Poet's Guide to Life, The Wisdom of Rilke. I've read Letters to a Young Poet by him, and I wanted to read more of his poetry. This isn't poetry, this is wisdom and spiritual insight, the best writings and personal philosophies. Thousands of pages of never before translated correspondence. And it's arranged by theme, so this might be from like letters or other things that he's written. But yeah, for example, like on art, and it's just probably a bunch of his writings and thoughts. And from what I read in Letters to a Young Poet, I really enjoy his writing and his mind. So yeah, excited to see what's in here. So there's that, and then the rest, or actually this is sort of nonfiction-ish-esque. The Letters of Vincent van Gogh, which, oh, I did not see this big sticker on the back, and it did have a used sticker on the side, which is kind of peeling off the spine, but it's fine. Am I a Vincent van Gogh fan? Not necessarily, but I love art, and letters are always fun. Will I read this? Probably one day, but this is kind of like on the back burner. But I think it's also just a cool thing to own, at the least. I don't know. I mean, look at him. I don't know. I think this is cool to have. And then, let's see. I have The Trial by Franz Kafka. I've read The Metamorphosis by him. I liked it, didn't love it, so I figured I'd give him another try, and the synopsis was intriguing. There's a man, respectable bank officer, who is suddenly and inexplicably arrested and must defend himself against a charge about which he can get no information. And the cover's cool. And we love a little classic moment. The Double Death of Quinces Water Bray by Jorge Amado. Which, again, I just saw. Great Brazilian novelist, very short. And I was like, might as well. Brazilian literature is really intriguing to me right now. As I was talking about before, really want to read this book, and that is Brazilian. So, I don't know, this guy's like dead, but then his friends show up and they're like, we're going on another journey? I don't know. It's a short little thing, and again, very cheap. So I figured, why not give it a try? And then I have 2 Virginia Woolf books. I have To the Lighthouse in this little edition. I do already own it. If you can hear that noise in the background, sorry. I do have this edition already, but I kind of just preferred this one. I don't know. I don't really love these editions of Virginia Woolf's books, so I opted for this one, which I like the color of these and a little beach moment. Again, cheap books, so it's fine. And then, surprisingly, I was shocked when I saw this. We have The Waves, which is a little dirty, but I can clean it, it's fine. And it's actually in this very pretty edition. I don't know, sometimes I'm specific about editions, and I was kind of doing a lot of research about Virginia Woolf's books and different editions in them, but I found it for cheap, and I do think this one is nice, so I got it. And this is actually another book that I have. It's like, I think these are the same. This one's like kind of darker though, so I don't know what's happening there, and that is A Farewell to Arms by Ernest Hemingway. A lot of these are kind of just like in the moment, yes, I'm gonna buy you sort of thing, and that's kind of what this was. But I had kind of wanted to read this. There are things intriguing me about it. I just bought it because I've heard it was good. So yeah, glad to be adding more Virginia Woolf to my shelves. A lot of classics going on here. which is a fun moment, and some other things as well. There's the haul. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, I think that was a good experience. So it's the next morning, in the afternoon, I don't know. And I just wanted to close out this video. So, final reading updates. I got to page 93 in Assassin's Apprentice and still enjoying it. Don't have much to say. Other than I'm interested to see where it's going. And then I have made it to page 103 in War and Peace. So that feels good. Broken the 100-page count barrier. And now we can just cruise through the 1,000 plus pages I've left. I don't really have that much to say about this either, because I mean obviously there's a lot going on. I can't really talk about the plot because there's a lot of characters, there's a lot of things. But I did want to say that the writing of this is very accessible, easy to read. So if you are interested in reading War and Peace, I wouldn't say that the writing is like a scary thing or makes this a hard read. It is quite easy to read. I just read like 30 pages of it pretty easily. I think what makes this more difficult to consume is obviously its page count, but also the political, historical, and society things that a modern reader might not have the context for. Personally, I don't know that much about the Napoleonic Wars or the invasion of Russia. Don't know that much about Russian society in 1805 either. So those are kind of the barriers that you would have as a reader going into this. You might not understand 100% everything that they're referring to, but I don't think that it takes away from the story. I'm still getting a lot out of it, being able to read it, understand what's happening. So honestly, just the page count is like the biggest thing to get over, but definitely still enjoying this. I'll probably be making more videos that are kind of centered or focused on War and Peace, like reading blogs and stuff, just to kind of capture the experience of reading this, because you know, there are the books and the updates, and that's this video. But yeah, thanks for watching, and hope you have a great day or night. Bye.